Good afternoon, everyone. This is the fourth part of the chapter Poverty as a Challenge, class 9th, subject Social Science. Student, in this part, we are starting from the section Let's Discuss given on page number 35 of your textbook. In this part, students have been asked to find out whether there are some poor families living in the locality. I would suggest you not to do this right now, as it is the freedom to move outside is not there because of the lockdown situation. But later on, whenever you get opportunity, you do this and try to find out the answer of these, and then you can discuss in your class what are these questions. You have been asked that those people who are living under the extreme poverty, if you find if some people are living over there, to which social and economic group do they belong to? First thing that you are supposed to find out. Second, who are the earning members in these families? Whatever poor family you could find, try to find out that who are the earning member, whether there is one member or whether they are more than one, whether only the male person is the earning member or the female is also making some contribution in the earning. Third is, it is asking that what is the condition of the old people in the family, and are all the children, boys and girls, attending school? Please, whenever you go and you find out these things, it will help you to understand that even poverty exists in all the areas of our country. Even if we are living in the best of the area, our area can be considered a VIP area or posh area, you may find that surrounding to these areas there exists some poverty. Like earlier I said in the previous section that in Mumbai city, which is known for the prosperous section of the society, similarly in that city there exists a slum area like Dharavi, which is Asia's largest slum area known for. Now student, moving to next heading, that is interstate disparity, and on the same page we will discuss global poverty scenario. In both these sections, student, we will try to find out certain conclusion based on the various tables and graph provided along with the data, and with the analysis of these data and graph we will try to find out certain meanings about interstate disparity and the scenario of the poverty in the world. Let us begin with the interstate disparity. Student, after having discussed in the previous section about the existence of poverty in India, its magnitude, and also discussing that the poverty is coming down with the time, not only in terms of percentage, rather after 2004-5 in terms of number of poor people also it has started declining, which is good. Now question is that India is such a big country where there are number of states existing. So do we have the similar magnitude of poverty all across the region, all across our country, in different part or in different states of India, or is it is different? So answer is that proportion of poor people in different state of India is not same, it is different. To explain this, your book has used on page number 36, that is graph number 3.2, and based on this we will try to find out, because there are some selected state being shown on x-axis with the bar diagram, along with one bar diagram showing the percentage of poor people. As we have discussed that India's average as as per 2011-12 is 21.9%. Now let us find out that do we have all the state close to this. I would suggest you please open your own textbook and you can find out that on this page, what on page number 36, this bar diagram is showing you that few states are, the bar diagram of few states are bigger than the national average of our country India, which is 21.9. These states are Odisha, number one Bihar, then Odisha, then Assam, then UP and MP. These states where the poverty is higher than the status of India, means it is higher than 21.9, but the status of poverty in Bihar and Odisha is pathetic. In one of the bar diagram, it is shown that it is 33.7, and in another, in the Odisha, it is 32.6 student, which shows that these states are more poor compared to our national average of poverty in terms of percentage. Second thing, student, that in these state Bihar and Odisha and UP and Bihar, and UP and MP, the status of poverty is worse not only in rural area, rather even in the urban area. Student, what I want to say, let me explain it, that most of the state where poverty exists, you will find that poverty mostly exists in the village area. You have seen the earlier table also, where you could find that the concentration of poverty is higher in the rural area compared to urban area. But in these two states, Bihar and Odisha, situation is so pathetic that not only is rural area, even the urban area of these states are equally affected because of the extreme level of poverty. That's the case is. Now student, on the opposite, there are some states which have made remarkable growth to decline or to reduce their poverty. Poverty has declined significantly in these states like Punjab and Haryana, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. The existence of poverty in these regions are less than the national average of our country India in terms of percentage of people living below poverty line. Different states could successfully reduce, these states could successfully reduce poverty due to different reasons. Like your book is telling you that in Punjab and Haryana, due to the higher agricultural growth, I hope you remember story of village Palampur, where we discussed that Punjab and Haryana was the state, including western part of Uttar Pradesh, where green revolution was introduced in the decades of 1960, and after that there was a very good growth in the agriculture production. As a result, they could decline, they could reduce their poverty. This is one of the reasons that Punjab and Haryana are in good state. West Bengal could successfully bring the land reform measure. This has helped to reduce the poverty. Kerala is the one of the state where there is a very highest literacy and highest education level exists. So you can say that Kerala has invested maximum on human resource. In our chapter 2, we came to know that investing in human resource help us to get rid of all the problem, because we convert our population, which is a liability, into assets. So Kerala is the state which invested in the human resource, and that is how it could get rid, or it could reduce the poverty to a larger extent. Now, what is about Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu? There is a very good public distribution system. You can say that in all across the country, public distribution system is not functioning as good as in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. This is another reason that in this area poverty could be reduced. Student, I would suggest you that you take the graph 3.2 very carefully. You will be finding many more things about other states that is not shown in the text part over here in your textbook. Now moving to another heading, that is global poverty scenario, page number 36, 35 again. And related to this, there are two graph also shown in 3.3 and 3.4, and also some table based information given to us, that is table 3.2. Student, after having understood the problem of poverty in our country India, now let us try to find out the scenario of poverty all across the world, including our country India. Let us find that what is the status of poverty in all the countries existing in the world, and you will be required to know how to measure poverty at the world level. So we have already made a discussion that World Bank has made international poverty line, and as per the latest data of 2011-12, the poverty line is $1.9 per day. That is the minimum decent level required. If any person in the world earn more than $1.9 per day, then the person is said to be above poverty line. But those who are unable to earn minimum $1.9 per day, they are considered to be living in the extreme poverty or below poverty line. Their situation is not very good. Now let us find one by one that what is the extreme level of poverty. You will be finding one good thing, student, that all across world, almost every country has successfully reduced the level of poverty. That is the one good thing. But does it mean that every country has reduced poverty in a similar proportion? Answer is, student, no. Answer is no. It means that there is a different growth in the different country, and that is why the reduction of poverty is also different in different countries. Let us find out what the reduction of poverty has taken place. In the 1990, there was 36% of the world population living below poverty line. Now it has reduced to only 10% in the year 2015. Student, it means over a period of 25 years, world has successfully reduced the level of poverty or seriousness or high magnitude of poverty. You can say that in terms of percentage, at least we can be ensuring ourselves that poverty has been reduced. Now, where the poverty has declined successfully, there are some good examples. One example is, student, China. Another example is Southeast Asian country. Then there are some good examples where these countries like Southeast Asian country like Singapore, Bangkok, Malaysia, Thailand, there is a good economic growth. Rapid economic growth has taken place, including China. They could invest in the human resource, they could invest in the high economic growth, they could achieve that high economic growth. These countries remain successful in achieving such a growth. That is why the poverty has declined to a larger extent in this part of the world. You will be surprised to see the case of China, student. It is written in your textbook that in China, number of poor, percentage of poor in China was 88.3% in 81, which has gone down to 14.7% in 2008. And remarkable thing is that in 2015, with the updated data, it is only 0.7%. It means you can say that the largest populous country of the world has less than 1% of their population living below poverty line. This is remarkable achievement, student. We will try to understand with the appropriate graph shown on the page number 37 also in the later part. But let us move with what other part. South Asian country. What about our neighbors, India's neighbor like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives? These are the country also where there is a rapid decline in poverty from 34%, which was in 2005. Now in 2013 it has been reduced to 16.2%. Again, it is remarkable data what need to be taken as appreciation for this reason that the world is reducing. And not only in terms of percentage, it is mentioned that we could successfully reduce the number of poor people also, which was 510.4 million in 2005, now has been reduced to 274.5 million in 2013. This itself gives that now world, not only in India, across the world, poverty is reducing in terms of percentage as well as in terms of number of poor people. Now, because of the different one interesting thing that I want to tell you, that because on page number 36 it is mentioned that because of the different countries being compared to measure the poverty, we have made international poverty line. And based on that international poverty line, you will find that the number of poor in our country is quite higher, because our parameter of measuring poverty with the poverty line is different than the parameter set by the international poverty line, student. In graph number 3, now move to page number 37, where there are two graphs shown along with one table. A student, there is a one table also showing you some important facts. It is this table is showing you about how the percentage of population below the $1.90 per day existing, and you will find at maximum it is in Nigeria, then it is Bangladesh, then India, Pakistan, China, Brazil, Indonesia and Sri Lanka. Nigeria has maximum 53.5 million of their population lives below poverty line, and Sri Lanka has minimum, that is 0.8% of their population lives below poverty line. China, I already told you, is also remarkable with such a huge country with a highest number of people living in the world. In China alone, there is only 0.7% population in terms of percentage which is below poverty line. Now based in this data, we will try to find a different reason of the word shown in the graph 3, how a poverty is existing. Let us find the first, it is Sub-Saharan Africa, students. Sub-Saharan African region, poverty has declined as per data is from 51%, which was in 2005, to 41% in 2015. You can say that there is a decline of 10% within a period of 10 years. Now in Latin America, you will find that it was already very less, 10% in 2005, now it has gone to 4% in 2015. Poverty has increased, but there is one exceptional case, that is poverty has increased in one of the country which was earlier communist one, that is Russia. Not a very good news, but this is just an exception. Overall in the other part of the world, or overall in all the part of the world, poverty has declined in terms of percentage, in terms of number of poor people. Based on this table 3.2 of your page 36, again coming back to page 36, this is giving you a data, what I already told you, that Nigeria is maximum and Sri Lanka is minimum. Now move to again page number 37, because there is a table 3.3, sorry, graph 3.3 and 3.4. In the graph 3.3, on x-axis from 2005 to 2015, this is a period of 10 years, and you will find that poverty has been declining for all these areas like China, East Asia and Pacific, Sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America and Caribbean island, and South Asia. You will find that between 2005 to 2013, in most of the part, the decline of poverty was quite fast. It means because you can find that the graph, the slope of the graph is very high in all these graphs, and it is remarkably high in the case of China, in the case of South Asia, which could successfully reduce, and the slope is giving an idea that reduction rate was of the poverty was very good, very high. Later on, after 2013, we will find that slope has become little parallel to x-axis. It means little flat, in the sense it is not parallel, I'm sorry. In terms of mathematics, you can say it has become flatter. Flatter means the decline in the poverty has gone slow down over the last over the period of 2013 to 2015. Now moving to next graph, in which it is not the percentage shown, student, rather it is the number of poor living below poverty line in millions has been shown based on our international poverty line, which is presently $1.9 per person per day. You will find that in 2005, student, the total number of people living in the world below poverty line was approximately 1600 million. It is little less than 1600 million. You can say 1575, or you can say 157.5 crore in terms of crore, because we in India measure the things in crore. You will find over here that number of poor person has declined in the world by 2015 from 1575 million to only 600 million. And in this section, poverty has declined across the world from 1575 million, you can say it is 157.5 crore, to 600 million, means 60 crore only. That's that is about entire world. Now let us find what is the contribution of the different part. So you can see that in China it has declined to very less. In the 2015 the line which has for the China has become very narrow. Similar case is for East Asia and Pacific, that is also has become less in the terms of number of poor people. Case of Latin America and Caribbean, it was earlier also very less, even it has remained less in these over these 10 years it has remained from the beginning of 2005 till 2015 it has remained less. In case of South Asia it has come down, especially after 2013-15 number of poor has been declining, but the sub-Saharan African is a case where it seems that the number of poor either has remained same, or in the part you will find that this blue line is getting little thicker. It means the number of poor might have increased. Russia is not shown over here. What we have studied, that the number of poor in Russia has also increased in terms of percentage as well as in terms of number of poor people. That is all about student, about the word, that what is the status of poverty in different part, how much the word, different countries of the world and different region of the world has improved. Through these data I have tried to explain you. I would suggest you that you go on page number 37, look the data yourself, try to find out the meaning. I hope that there will be no problem, because you all study mathematics, you can draw the conclusion from these data and bar diagram quite easily. If you find any difficulty, listen this video content, go through this video content again. I have explained everything related to this global poverty and interstate disparity, but most of the important thing of this area is whether among the states in India or whether among the various countries in the world, poverty has been declining. Maybe some exceptional cases are there where still the situation are pathetic, what we need to address. That's all, student, in this section. In the next part we will discuss the causes of poverty and what poverty alleviation program has been initiated by the government. Thank you, student.